Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a follow-up to my MacBook unboxing video, which I will insert in the cards up here if you haven't watched it yet. I bought the MacBook Air M1. Also, sorry if my hair looks weird. I just got a haircut and I don't know how to deal with bangs currently, so I'm still learning how to deal with that. Anyways, as I was saying, I got the new MacBook Air M1 when it first came out on the first day last year in November, and now it's been 4 months and I decided it would be a good time to do a review of my MacBook. I prepared what I'll be covering in this video and I've written it all down. If you're looking for any unprofessional advice, just basic user experience, then feel free to keep watching. To preface all of this, I want to say that I'm not a tech expert and I'm simply just a student and an everyday user of this MacBook. So if you're looking for like tech specs and all of that fancy stuff, then I'm not able to provide that and I'm sorry. First, we're gonna cover the perks of MacBook Air M1 chip. The first perk is that it's been noticeably faster. Especially I've noticed for iMovie with loading, uploading, processing, just in general. It has been a lot faster than my old MacBook, which was the MacBook Air 2017. And there have been no lags, no delays, and it takes maybe 5 minutes to export a 15-minute-ish clip, which is really quick. So I think the greatest perk overall would be its speed, which I'm sure many other videos also covered. The second thing I would say is that it doesn't get warm at all and it doesn't make any breathing sounds. Of course, because there's no fan in the MacBook, it actually has like aluminum spreaders, I think they're called, and it doesn't make any heavy breathing sounds, which if you know, you know with old MacBooks. So I think those are the main two perks, I would say, that really do make this MacBook Air stand out from its previous versions. And I guess I'm excited to see like what improvements they bring with the new MacBooks they might release this March. I don't know if they're releasing Macs this March. I'm not a tech expert. Now we're gonna get into the downside / the negatives. The first thing I wrote down is that it did have crashes with Google Chrome when it first came out, but I think the bug got fixed now and I haven't had any issues with it. When it first came out, I would use it for maybe like 3 minutes and it would just crash and you'd have to restart. But after the new update came, you had to reinstall Google Chrome and then it got it fixed. And the second downside is that something to keep in mind is that it's incompatible with certain printers. So the printers that I've had now cannot be used with this Mac. Particularly, I think it's because they don't have the software to uphold and connect with the Mac yet. I think it might be because it's too new. That is definitely something to keep in mind if you do print things regularly. I've had to use my phone now to do with this printing stuff. So kind of a bit of a downside. I would kind of enjoy if Apple created a printer that was compatible with this MacBook. Hint, hint. And on my third, I guess, criticism is that it is incompatible with some softwares. I wasn't aware of this because personally I don't use my Mac for a lot of design projects, but when I first got it and I made my first video, one of my friends actually DM'd me and she told me that this MacBook is incompatible with certain softwares for the design industry, and so if you are in that industry, it'd be better to look up what they can and can't support. I guess that kind of is like a pretty big downside if you're going to use the MacBook for design purposes. And my final criticism would really just be the vents on the side of the MacBook. So I'll give you guys a close-up view here. If you see these vents on the side here, these dots, I would say that they trap a lot of dust. And this wasn't an issue in the previous MacBooks because the vents weren't on top here. So each day I sort of have to find myself like sweeping these parts off, because I feel like it's not very visually appealing if you see like white dots on the side of your Mac. So I think that's also something to keep in mind, although that's not that big of an issue. It's more just inconvenient and maybe not as nice to look at. And finally, storage tips. I guess this applies to any Mac, but I've found that with this Mac, I've quickly run out of space, and that just could be because I'm starting to make more videos. So I tended to store the videos and the clips on my Mac right even after I created the video. So I'm realizing that you need to delete videos. I'm also a photo hoarder, so that could be my issue, probably is my issue, but definitely use a hard drive if you don't already, just to back everything up and to keep your Mac clear. But even so, with low storage, I haven't found many issues with speed or anything like that, so that's why I think this laptop's pretty good. Overall, I would say that the MacBook Air M1 is a great laptop. Of course, there's space for improvement, but it works very well for what it does, and I'm quite happy with it. Yeah, that's my 4 months later review of the MacBook Air M1 chip. And if you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.